I guess we are live now, and I hope my voice is all clear. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Okay, it's clear. So today we are back to our old series, that is C programming for cybersecurity, and we have left on pointers. The pointers part was left. So today we kept the information gathering thing on hold because I have given a task tomorrow. Yesterday, I have given a task yesterday that you have to do that Google Docking thing and review that three articles. So today we will be continuing the pointers thing again and completing that. So I have already shared in the community post that what's the schedule for the upcoming stream. So uh, let's start today's stream, that is C programming, and we will be continuing with pointers. I hope my screen is visible and all good. And today, another thing that my webcam is not working, so I will be without my web camera. And let's start. Okay, so let's start. Everything all clear, I guess. Hmm. So let's start. So we have seen how pointers work. We have done some basic programs on pointers. We have practiced some of the programs like exchanging the value and all. And also we have seen that uh, we have seen another thing, that is pointer to functions. We have seen how linked list work and transfers of a linked list and all. So today we will be going to our next topic, that is pointers and arrays. Okay, so let's start. So we are on the topic pointers and arrays. So we have any program, I guess, here. Okay, much of theory. Okay, so let's start. So one of the most common uses of pointers in C is as pointers to arrays. So the main reason for using pointers to arrays are one of the notational convenience of program efficiency. Pointers to array generally result in code that uses less memory and executes faster. I guess there's something wrong with the title. Let me just change that to also. I have not changed. Okay. Yes. Wait a minute. So this is I guess part 10 and stream number 20. Save. So, okay. Let me just see one more thing. Okay, no problem. Webcam is not working. I thought it will be working, but no problem. Okay, so okay, so if you have an array of 100 integers called values, okay, so you can define a pointer called values ptr, which can be used to access the integers contained in the array with the statement int pointer, that is the asterisk sign values ptr. So I think we have named something this asterisk. I forgot the name. It was an identical operator, something like that. Indirect operator, I think. Yes, indirection operator. It was indirection operator. So I guess I have jumped a little bit. Mm, where were we? Page 2, page 281, I guess. Mm, pointers, arrays. Yes. So this is a way of denoting. So we are pointing towards the array which contains 100 integers, which we call values. So when you define a pointer that is used to point to the element of an array, you don't designate the pointers as type pointers to arrays. Rather, you designate the pointer as pointing to a type of element is contained in the array. So that is how we you can say define pointers to array, because it is pointing to the all array, not the, you can say, the type of element that is present in the array. So if you have an array called text, so you should similarly define a pointer to be used to point to elements in the text. So firstly, they have an array values because it contains of integer, it consists of integer. Then we have text. So we have used char because it is a character, since it is a character. So to set value ptr to point to the first element in the various arrays, values array. So you simply can write like this. So it just means that we are pointing towards the particular value in the array, or we are changing the value. So address operator is not used in the case because the C compiler treats the, okay, so we have not used address operator. Address operator is nothing but the and symbol. Like, let me just show you somewhere, like pointer one micro pointer one dot c. So this was the address operator, the, to address the some kind of value. So why we have not used here? So C compiler treats the appearance of an array name without a subscript as a pointer to the array. Therefore, simply specifying the values without a subscript has the effect of producing a pointer to the first element of the value. Okay, let me just okay, they have defined it like this. So this is an array of 100 integers indexed from 0 to 99, and value ptr is just uh, the values, all the values are assigned to value ptr. So because not, we are not addressing a particular value, now we are not assigning particular value, so we have not used this addressing operator. So it is not used in this case because C compiler treats the appearance of an array name. So since values was a array, we have already declared now, we have to declare before this thing that values is an array, is a kind of array which consists of integers. So C programming treats it as an array name without a subscript as a pointer to the array. So we just, you can directly write like this, values ptr is equals to values, and we cannot we should not use this and symbol, or you can say address operator. So an equivalent way of producing a pointer to the start of values is to apply the address. Okay, so we need to, value ptr to address to the first element, that is the zero index of the values array. So here we have to use this address operator. Okay. Mm. Okay, so can be, hi sir, I find your child 1 to 2 days ago. I don't know anything about this. What should I do? Start from your first stream or just watch from this? So you cannot just continue from here uh, because it is the continuation of the C programming, na. You can continue that. If you see the community post, I have given you the schedule of that information gathering thing. You can continue to watch that live, or you can just complete the first part, because in the C programming we already are on, you can say, part 10. So you cannot just directly continue from here, or if you wish you can, if you have the knowledge of C programming before, you can watch, no problem. I hope I'm audible, na. I'm, my voice is all clear. Let me just see myself. Okay, sound is all good. So we have seen the equivalent way how you can directly address the zeroth index of the array. So an equivalent, we have done this. Okay, so the set, to set text ptr. Now we are going to the text thing. Let us the character. It is a, this array, text array is, the all the characters are stored here. Okay, not the numbers. So text ptr similar that we have done in the case of integers, like addressing operator, then values, then zeroth index, the first index you can say, the first value of the array you can say. Similarly here, so can be used whichever statement you choose to use is strictly a matter of taste. So the real power of using pointers to arrays come into play when you want to sequence through the elements of an array. If values PTR is previously defined and is set pointing to the first element of the value expression like this, can be used to access the first integer of the value array, that is this. Since we have assigned na, like text PTR is equals to, so you can see here na, that we have used this in pointer and we have used address operator, then we have address at count. So this can access the value of the count, and we have printed here when we want to print here, so we have used pointer int pointer. So that is how it work. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. mm, Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, let's get back to the topic. Let me just minimize this. Okay. So we have seen how we can access the first value of the array by the zeroth index. And if you want to print out, access the exact value of that particular index, we can use this indirectional operator and values PTR. Okay, so if value PTR is as previously defined and is set pointing to the first element of the value, the expression like this can be used to access the first integer of the values array, that is value 0. So I've already told you how to do that. So to refer reference values 3 through the value PTR variable, you can add 3 to value PTR and then apply the indirectional operator. Okay, so this is a new thing. If you want to access the third index, so you know that this is the zeroth index, and if you want to access the third index, you can just like write like this. It is a way of writing like +3, and the indirectional operator will be set to the to the beginning. Okay, so in general expression, so star value PTR plus I can be the all the indexes from 0 to 99. So we can run a for loop here and access each and every element. So can we use to access the value contained in the value 1 to set the value 10 to 27? You could obviously write the expression like this, or since we are working with pointer now, so you can also write like this, because you know that indirectional operator is used to access the value of that particular element. So you can write like this. So to set value PTR to point to the second element of the value array, you can apply the address operator to values 1. Okay, to set the value PTR to point to the point to the second element of the value. Okay, so if you want to start from the second element, like, so this is the first element, this is the second element. So second element can also be referred to as the first index of the array. Okay. So if you are working with, okay, no problem. So firstly, we have set it to the first element, that is the zeroth index. Now we are, addressing it to the second element, that is the first index. Okay. So you can set it to point to value 1 by simply, you can write like this, value PTR plus is equals to 1. Okay. Okay. So if value pointer points to, okay, so if you are writing this statement now, this one, and if you want, it should be set to the second element, that is the first index. So you can, after that you can write like this. So this is nothing but value speed. Let me write this in a normal way. This is nothing but value PTR is equals to value PTR plus 1. So this is the zeroth so this is the zeroth index we know, and we are just adding 1 here, so it will be shifted to the second element, that is the first index. So change of season, I got a little bit cough, I guess. Okay, we have seen this, we have seen this. So this is perfectly valid expression in C, can be used for pointers to any data type. So in general, if A is an array of the element type X, Px is the type of pointer to X, and I and N are the integer constants or variable the constant. Okay. So what is A now? Uh, A is an array element, okay, and point X is the type, like it can be integer or something. Okay, so this is a way of writing. So they have we have done this now. So they have standardized this all the thing and written like this. So Px is nothing but pointer to array. A is the array, and this is a way of first element of the array A, we can say, and subsequently reference to the value contained in AI. Furthermore, the statement. Okay, so this will be working like if you want to access the another elements of the array adjacently, like 1 2 3 4 5 till 99. So this thing set px to point n element farther in the array. So no matter what type of element is contained in the array. Okay, so the increment and decrement operator plus plus and minus minus are particularly, so this is the increment and this is the decrement, okay, are particularly handy when dealing with pointers. Okay, so applying the increment operator to a pointer has the same effect as adding one to the pointer. Okay, so while applying the decrement operator has the same effect as subtracting one from the pointer. So if text VTR is defined as a char pointer, okay, group the array is consisting of all the elements which is characters and is set pointing to the beginning of an array of chars called text. The statement will be like this: plus plus text ptr. Okay, so you're incrementing the value of the pointer, and similarly when you are doing decrement you can write like this: so text ptr pointing to the previous character in text. Okay, so this is pointing towards the next character in the array, and this is pointing towards the previous character in the text is nothing but the array. Okay, so assuming of course that text ptr was not pointing to the beginning of text prior to the execution of the statement. Okay, so it is perfectly valid to compare two pointer variables in C. Okay, two pointer variables like text ptr and value ptr. Okay, so yes, now we are doing comparison. So working with pointers to array. So there's a program, I guess. What we are doing exactly? Let's finish this first. So it is perfectly valid to compare two pointers variable in C. This is particularly useful when comparing two pointers in the same array. Okay, so we are comparing two values. Okay, so for example, you can test the pointer values ptr to see if it points past the end of an array containing 100 elements. 100 elements is like index 0 to index 99. So the last element will be like this, and by comparing it to the pointer to the last element, so the expression will be like this. So value ptr should be greater than the last element is true, non-zero. If value ptr true means 1, false means 0. So if value ptr is pointing past the last element in the values, okay, so it is always true now. This statement will be always true. So uh, if the if point ptr values ptr is pointing past the last element, okay, after the last element in the values, so this statement will be false. Okay, so there can be exist two situations. The values pointer is past the last element and before the last element. So it is if this values ptr is pointing past this value, so it will be false. So recall from the previous discussion that you can replace the preceding expression with its equivalent like this. We can do like this also, no problem. Because values used without a subscript is a pointer to the beginning, okay. Because we know now we don't every time we don't need to, or it's not necessary to use this addressing operator when we are working with arrays. You can just directly write like this. So this is nothing but values with the index 0 plus 99 will be like values 99. So program 11.11 illustrates pointer to arrays. The array sum function calculates the sum of the element contained in the array of integers. Okay, so we can do that normally, but we are using pointers. Let's do one thing. Let's create another program, micro array array p dot c. Okay, so firstly, the same thing. Uh, okay, let's we have to name this, create a function here, int. So we are creating a sum now, array sum. Okay, what we need now, we need an array which is integer, obviously. What further we can need? So we need an integer also, another integer, n. Okay, let's start the program now. So first we need to initialize sum to 0, so it will not take any random value. We need a pointer. Okay, nice. Now end. What we need now, we need the end value na, to calculate from starting to end. So a end. So this is also would be an array, but it can, like, we have to write like this na, this statement, but this is the comparison, we can write like equals to. So this can be said as the array a plus the n. So this should be, n should be constant throughout the program, so we'll be use const, and this will should also be constant throughout the program, so we are using const here also. A plus n, uh, perfectly fine. Now what we need to do, we will start the array for, so we are working with the pointer now, the p should be equals to, so we are starting the array. So as you have already seen, it's not necessary to use the addressing operator na. So we can, since it is an array, C programming already know that a is an array, so you can directly assign like this, and where till where it should work, it should work till end na. So a end, array end, you can say. Next we can, so we need to access each and every element, so we just use increment here, and we are now starting the for loop. So sum is equals to sum plus, now we need the value, so for the value we use the indirectional operator, or we can just write like this also, sum plus is equals to, same way, okay, p, okay, p is enough. Now we need to print that sum. So how they have printed the sum, so they have returned the sum. Okay, we need a array, we need to pass the array now, no problem. Let's do one thing, so it's returning to sum. After that we can do one thing, return sum. Okay, so now we need array, so for that we need to define the another function, that it's, this is the main function. Okay, so int void void start the function. Now what we will be doing, we need this two thing. Okay, so what we can do here, since we need the sum to be printed now, so firstly we need to print the array, so we can say values 10, take 10 here, and just give the arrays, or give the all the values. So let's take 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 4 4 8 or 2 10. Okay, one problem, I guess, like, let's take minus 9. Okay, now we need to print that. So printf, so the sum is percent %i, since it will be an integer, so we'll be using format specifier percent %i, and we'll be calling that function array sum. We'll pass two arguments here. Firstly will be the array, and then the total number of elements inside this. So it should work, I guess. One problem I have done here, semicolons. Okay, so return 0. Okay, I think it's done now. Two errors, int star make integers from pointers. Okay, Uh, what problem has been arise? So initializing of int from int star, okay, a sum zero const a plus n const integer. Okay, p is be directed to array. Okay, understood. We use here asterisk. It is also a pointer now. Control S now. Okay, working fine. Control S, Control Q. So GCC array p dot c, writing the output to array p. Enter, running fine. The sum is 36. So like it's working fine. Let, let's take a this program again and make little bit of changes. Let's take this value from the user. So for that, what we have to do, we need to define int values. N is already defined till n. Okay, so what we can do, so printf, enter the elements, scanf. Now what we need to do, we need to run the loop for uh, I is equals to 0, I is equals to 0 till I greater than n, that is 100, that is 10, sorry. Okay, so first we need the size. Okay, we have already defined the n, no problem. So n, then we will doing I plus plus. So I have to do one thing also here also, int I. And now what we will doing, we'll be saving this value. So scanf percent I, we have to use and here, and we need to store the values. So values I, like this. And now what we will be doing, so since values is defined here, no need of this line. N is already defined. If we do control S, so unused variable I, but we have used here, no? Okay. Printf, control S, N undeclared. Okay, no problem. N is set to 10. Okay. Control S. Values is undeclared. Yes, values is also undeclared. Okay. Values, it's an array. Control S. Array size missing. 10. What more? Have char and int. Okay. Values I, int. For I is equals to 0, gone till 10. Let's do one thing. Make it 10 here only. Okay. Control S. Have character pointer and int. Character pointer, but we have used integer na. We have already declared that int I is also integer, values is also integer. Printf enter the elements till values 10. I is not used upward. Okay. Values and 10. So we'll get values till here, from here, and size is set to 10. It is working fine. Okay, one more thing I have messed up here, like this control S. Okay, comma was missing. Control S Q. Let's see if it is working or not. GCC. Let's use this upward statement. No problem. Array P. Enter the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 again. Enter. Mm. Oh, sorry. I have done a mistake here. 1, 2, 3, 4. No problem. Sum is 75. I think it is working fine now. So 1 plus 2, 3, 37, 42, 48, 55, 63, 66, 70, 75. Okay, working fine. Let's try one more thing. 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, I think I made a mistake here. I think it will be calculated, no problem. So 0. So 3 times 1 here, 3 times minus 1 here, cancel out. 1 minus 1 is already 0. So the sum will be 1 only. Okay, working fine. So although they have declared a uh, array here, we can take input from the user, no problem. Mm, The program will be much more interactive, you can say. Okay, so we have seen, let's review the, oh my god, what I have done. I think the page was 280 something. Okay, let's review this program again. So what we have done here, firstly we should see the core function for that is used to calculate the you can say the sum. Okay, so first we have declared an function here, array sum. We have declared an array here which will be need to be operated, and we have since we need a const or constant value throughout the function, we have defined a constant integer n here. Then we have initialized sum to 0. We have defined a pointer, which is also an integer. We have defined an integer constant value, that is a end. A end will be also a pointer, and that the value of the a end will be a plus n. N is nothing but we have given the value later. We can change it also. Okay, so end value we have already seen how we can define. So it's simple thing. So we have run a for loop here. So it's initiated from a and run till a end. Or you can do one thing also. You can just write a plus n here, and we can, no, we cannot do this because we need to define that a end is constant and a pointer. And we are incrementing the pointer. We have, since we need the values now here, so we have used this, what we say this, again forgot. Uh, Indirectional operator, I guess. It is indirectional operator. Mm, I forgot the name again and again. What was the? Okay, forgot it. Let's say it asterisk. So asterisk p will be used at like pointer. It's pointing to the value. So we need values to calculate the sum now. So we have used this indirectional operator. Indirectional operator, yes. So now we will returning to the sum. Let's write our main program here. That int main void. We have taken in this program they have declared a array by itself, but we have taken the input from user. This is the basic thing, to take input from the user, and we have printed the function here, array sum. Values is calculated from here. We have declared the size here also, and it's done. mm, no need to read this simple thing. So a slight digression about program optimization. Okay, yes, so the similar thing I want to do, ki instead of using this a and we can just directly like write like this, a plus n. So but we have to do one thing now. How this know that this program will know that a plus n is a constant, you can say pointer constant function, pointer constant value, a constant pointer, you can say. So the sole motivation for using array end was one of the optimization each time through the for loop. Okay, so they are saying why they have used. Okay, let's read it from starting. It is pointed out that the local variable array end was not actually needed by the function. Yes, okay, because you could have explicitly compared the values of ptr to the end of the array. Once again, nice. 283. What was the page number? 283. Mm, 263. So if we write 263, it will go to 283 now. Okay. Okay. So it is pointed out that local variable, okay, not needed by function. You could have explicitly compared the value of ptr to the end of the array inside the for loop like this. So similar, but instead of p a end, we can just like a plus n or array plus n. So the sole motivation for using array end, so they have given the reason why they have used array end, was one of optimization. Each time through the for loop, okay, the looping condition are evaluated because the expression array plus s n is never changed because we have written it constant. Okay, so we can just not directly use a plus n. Shay GM, do you know Python? Yes, I know Python. I learned CCPP in the first semester, but now in DSA, I have to study. In DSA, you have to study Python. Uh, DSA, you have to study Python, but DSA is for the core coding, na? Core coding programming, like C++ or Java. Way simpler and yes, C++ is simple, but we are doing C because of that. You can say we want to do that in for cybersecurity, na? For uh, internal programming of the system or making exploits. If you are new to the stream, I am again telling you the reason for learning C is that this is system level programming, and we are ethical hackers and we want to exploit the system now, so we have to mess up the C programming of the system. So that is why we are learning C programming from basics. If you want to study Python, I will. Okay, our teacher is teaching it in Python in the second semester. So okay, so Python is a whole different subject and DSA is something different. I think you are confusing both of them. Both of them. So DSA is like data structures and algorithm. It is sole purpose is to teach you problem solving. And Python in itself have huge type of libraries. Like if I give you an example in Python, you have done in DSA and structures and algorithm, you have done sorting, na? So when you do DSA, you have to do bubble sort, insertion sort, heap sort, and Hanoi Tower and all. But when you do Python, you can just use this sort function sort, and just sort an array and like what you write like this. I don't remember, like sort, and inside this you give this array like this, and the array is sorted. But if you do that in C, na, you have to follow different kind of algorithms like heap sort, bubble sort, insertion sort, selection sort, Hanoi Tower and all. So DSA and Python is just you can do, but they are both just different because there is no reason to learn DSA if you know Python because all the things are defined already in Python. You just need to import the library or module and start doing your stuff. But in C++, there are no that much. There are no such libraries to sort and all. I don't know about C++, but in C there is nothing like this. We have to write the core logic. That is why it is the mother of all programming languages. My throat is not well today. Sorry for the bad voice. Teacher is teaching, yes, Python in second semester, yes, no problem. Python and DSA can be studied uh, parallelly, but Python explicitly in DSA we cannot. I cannot assure something like this. I don't know something if it can happen or not. So why we have used this array plus n? So we have used this. We can just not write like a plus, and because a is already in use, na, we have to use some kind of another variable. That is my reason. What reason they have given? Because array, this is never changed from within the loop. It is the value is constant throughout the expression for the for loop. Okay, because it is constant. Sort function, that why I suggested to learn Python as it is easier to implement. Yes, similar, same thing. We are using sort function too because it is easy to implement in code. But the problem is, uh, when you face the why we learn DSA and all, why we still learning these complex programming languages like C, C++, and Java. Instead, we can just study these modern languages like Python, TypeScript, Golang, and all, because we need to train our mind to like for critical thinking and problem solving. So like when you go in real industry, in job market and all, in jobs, so you deal with real problems. So at that time you need, sometimes there can be existing a problem where old libraries or pre-existing libraries like in Python cannot be used. So you have to build your own core logic. So that is why you just learn these core programming languages like C, C++, Java and all, because you have to, you have to reach that state of mind when you solve all your problems on your own. So that is why we are learning that, it, because we want to build that mindset, na, problem solving mindset. But in cybersecurity you don't need to as of doing DS and all, because in cybersecurity, especially in red teaming, we are problem creator, not problem solver. We have to create problems in a system, so that is why. But yes, when we want to treat the system after, do you recommend uh, me a book or course in YT for what? For Python? For DSA? For DSA, yes, 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 yes. I can. I don't remember the name exactly. Let me just search it. Because at my time when I have learned DSA, I have used that. So if you have ever heard about the GATE examination, GATE for MTech and IITs and all, PSUs and all, so you need to study DSA as a whole thing. And in the company placement, companies also ask for DSA for development and all. Let me just see if I. So you can just refer to GATE CSE lectures by Amit Khurana. Uh, that's a very good playlist. Uh, Let me just show you. Uh, GATE CSE Amit Khurana. So you can follow him. Good for DSA, in my opinion. Although I have not taken the whole course, but I have seen some videos. It's good. It was good. Okay, so moving on to the program. So I have given the reason why we have used. They have given the reason that they want to keep this array and constant throughout the program. So although there is a virtually no saving in time for tail element array, especially if the array sum function is called only once by the program, there could be a more sustainable savings in the function were heavily used by program. Okay, the other issue to be discussed about the program optimization concerns the very use of pointers themselves in a program. Okay, so itself using pointers is not a way of optimizing the program. But discussed earlier, the expression this PTR is used inside the for loop to access the element in the array. Formally, you could have written your array sum function for with a for loop that uses as index such as I, then would have added the value. Okay, I have thought that similar thing that we are using like this now, this thing. So we can use, I have already told that we can use the for loop here and we can calculate the sum. So why we are doing this? So this is a way of optimizing your code. Optimization is nothing but I'll look it up. Okay, no problem. So before that, if you want to study DSA from him, the channel I have suggested, now you have to follow my this. I'm not promoting myself, but I am just teaching the basics. He will not teach the basics. He will assume that you have already the knowledge of basic C programming. I guess he will not. Uh, I think I don't remember it exactly, but he will not uh, teach you the basics like all the data types, pointers, array, and all. He will go directly to the core logic. Okay, so is it an array or okay, I missed one thing. This thing I am talking about. So you can use for loop. Nah, why we have not used that? Have they given any reason or something? So then would have added the value array I into the sum inside the loop. In general, the process of indexing an array takes more time to execute than does the process of accessing the content of a pointer. Okay, so this is more time. Optimization is nothing but if your code is working fast, if your code is taking much less time to run, so you can say it is much optimized. So this thing by they have given two ways. In general, the process of indexing an array, so when we index an array, it takes more time to execute than does the process of accessing the contents of a pointer. So what we are doing in our program, in this program, we are just accessing the value by using pointers. And if you use this thing, like indexing thing and using for loop again, so it is much time taking and the optimization of code is less. So that is why, for the sake of optimization, because optimization is, although there will be a slight difference around 10 to 20 milliseconds, but 10 to 20 milliseconds itself, when we talk about in computer programming, and when we talk about something for when we are doing development and deployment, so 10 milliseconds and 20 milliseconds, it's itself a big deal and a large, in our opinion, it's when we see now, we cannot just physically look at the time of 10 milliseconds. Okay, we cannot feel that, but when you are talking in computers terms now, and when you are doing development and all, so 10 millisecond is also a large chunk of time. Okay, let's move to the next topic. I have seen one thing that uh, when I do the streaming for C programming, na, the viewers that I caught is much like uh, there's continue watching of 10 to 11 people. But when I do core streaming for cybersecurity, na, the viewership is less. So from that, I can say that large chunk of people are towards, so yes, again 8 watching, so I can say that the large chunk of people, they are still in programming and coding, and there are less people in cybersecurity. Because yesterday when I have done, yesterday no, the day before yesterday when I have streamed that the stream was core cybersecurity stream, information gathering, and it is much more interesting than C programming, but the viewership was less. So I have uh, analyzed one thing, that C programming everyone does, like programming itself everyone does, it's a common thing now. But when I talk about cybersecurity, na, the people involved in cybersecurity and want to learn cybersecurity are much less. So people are still stuck in programming thing and all. So it can be good, it can be bad. So they just have to, just the students that are the young minds that are coming in this generation, should, they are focusing on programming, but they should also be focusing on advanced technology such as, oh, I see there is a person learning C. Yes, yes. So same thing, that uh, people are still learning programming, and there are less people in cybersecurity, because this yes, the stream day before yesterday when I was doing about information gathering, and we were doing Google docking and Google hacking, and we are exploiting, and we are not exploiting, we are exposing some kind of, like, we have found one page of, although I think I should not, like, let's open that. This is a page of Triple IT Kalyani which I have. uh, this is a backup PHP page, you can say the backend of the, and if you go to parent directory, you get every structure of the website, and you can just clone this website. So we have found it in the Google docking thing. But when I was doing that live, na, there were less people, less number of people. And when I again shifted to C programming, the viewership is also increased. So from that I have evaluated that programmers are still there. There's a large chunk of programmers than cybersecurity engineers. No problem. So where were we? So is it an array or is it a pointer? So recall that to pass an array to a function, you simply specify the name of an array. Okay, so as you did previously, so okay, so indexing, we have concluded one thing from all the content that we have read, that indexing is less optimized, but when we use pointer to access the value, it is more optimized, we can say. So recall to pass an array to a function, you can simply specify the name of an array as you did previously with the call to array sum function. You should also remember that to produce a pointer to an array, you need only, I think, you should look up open source intelligence. That must be your thing if you are in cybersecurity. Bro, I'm already mastered in OSINT. You are talking about OSINT, na? I'm already mastered in OSINT. You want to see the framework of OSINT? Let me show you something. You know, I have studied all these pages. I have given dedicatedly 6 months from this OSINT framework, and I have studied each and everything. Like, if you talk about hidden pages, people search engines, public records, and in the public records, this criminal records, I have already a lot of research paper and you can say reports on this OSINT. So it's not. I have already completed it. What's OSINT? OSINT is damn why I am a new in front end but old in back end. Okay. For backend stuff, I have something for you. This thing. I have accessed the triple IIT Kalyani backup. A backend, you can say PHP backend, and I have all the parent directory and all. I have accessed that in the previous stream by Google Docking. And what I have done, I have written a simple Google Doc, uh, google.com. Firstly, I have to answer that what's OSINT. OSINT is nothing but open source intelligence. It is your skill, you can of way of finding something that is openly available in public forums. So you have to use different kind of tools and all. But when I talk about the power of OSINT, now open source intelligence, so it can be like if you have the image of someone, you can extract his name, phone number, physical address, his IP address, his location, his parents' name, number of members in his family, and even his bank account if you are good in OSINT. So this is the power of OSINT. I will have a dedicated stream for OSINT because we are doing information gathering now. So at last we have uh, in the last stream we have what topic we have left on. We were left on Google Docking, and we have to move to Shodan. Damn, by am newbie. Okay, Shodan web browser. So after Shodan, we will be going to website footprinting, then network footprinting, and then website network. I forgot. I have written somewhere. Why? Wow, I need to learn that. Yes, you need to learn that, but in a good way. You should not use that to exploit something. So we will be going for DNS footprinting and all. Then at last we will be going for OSINT. OSINT is not that much needed when you talk about penetration testing. The need of OSINT is a bit less. Uh, but we will be, if you want, I will be giving a poll after completing the information gathering thing. But if you want, I will be have a dedicated session on OSINT. OSINT is itself another branch of cybersecurity that is have been in this, and you are self-taught or pursuing a degree or something. Self-taught, brother. Self-taught. I'm self-taught. How long I have been in cybersecurity or on OSINT? Because I have switched different branches in cybersecurity. If I talk about cybersecurity, I am in cybersecurity for past 5 years, since 2020, you can say November 2019. I'm not pursuing any degree in cybersecurity. So let's move to our topic, C programming. So, but if it is indeed the case that a pointer to the array is passed to the function, then you might wonder why the formal parameter inside the function isn't declared to be a pointer. In other words, the declaration of array in the array sum function, why isn't the declaration? Okay. So why we have not used like why we have not written like this? Why we have not made the function pointer? So used similar thing they are saying. So shouldn't all reference to an array from within a function to be made using pointer variables. To answer this question, so this is an important stanza. So recall the previous discussion about pointers and arrays. So as mentioned, if values ptr points to the same type of element as contained in an array called values, okay, so values ptr is equals to, like, we write like this. So value ptr is equals to values. We are not using any you can say what's that called, addressing operator. So values, the expression this is on the way equivalent to the expression like this. Okay, so there are two ways of writing, like this values the index I, or you can write like this in a pointer way, uh, like this. So two ways of writing. So this is nothing but the first index. So this is the first index na, so value have index from 0 to 99. So this is the first index, and we are doing plus I. If you do plus 1, so it is the first index, that is the second element, then second index, that is the third element, and so on. So this is the zeroth index, you can say, the first element. So assuming that value ptr has been set to the pointer to the beginning of the values, what follows from this is that you can also write the expression like this. Okay, so you can also do like this, like value. Okay, so which is more optimized? So since we are accessing here the directly the value and there is the pointer, I think this will be more optimized than this. Let's see. So the reference the ith element of the array value, and in general if x is an array of any type, expression xi can always be equivalently expressed in C as this. Okay, so they are both equally optimized, but the thing they are talking about is this thing. So these both things are equivalent. So this is in the pointer, you can say pointer type. This is standard type of accessing the value, but the other, this is less optimized. This is less optimized, and this thing written with the pointer, and we are accessing the value from pointer, and it is more optimized. More optimized is nothing but it is much faster. So if you are going to using index number to reference the elements of an array that is passed to a functional declaration corresponding the formal parameter to be an array, this more correctly reflects the use of an array by the function. So this can be said as array to a function. Similarly, if you are using the argument as a pointer, so if here is the pointer like this, so this is array to a pointer. Similarly, if you are using the argument as a pointer to the array, declare it to be the type pointer. Okay. So realizing now that you could have declared array to be an int pointer in the preceding program example, then could have subsequently used it as such. So they have confused this is optimized or this is optimized. Which program is more optimized? So this is the rough thing, not needed. Let's see the difference between the program, na, how they have done here. Mm, okay, they have not initiated the value here to A. They have not used any pointer here, or they have. So, okay, now they are using the pointer inside the functional argument. Square bracket is removed. So let's make another program. Let's open another session here, and micro. What should we name the program? Array p2.c. Okay, so this is same. What they have changed, they have defined a function array sum, and inside the argument they have taken the pointer this time, that is an integer pointer, int array, And again, constant integer value that will be constant throughout the function, that is n. Initiated the program. Same thing, sum is equals to 0. What they have changed? They have again done the same thing. Uh, they have defined a constant pointer that is array end. Array end, and the value should be like a plus n or arr plus n, arr plus n, arr plus n. Okay, in the previous program I have used a na, so let's use a only here, so the reading will be much more easier. Now what they have done, they have initiated a for loop. They have not given the initial value, left a space. Okay, we have used a pointer here, but we are directly using the array. Okay, so we are used an array, then pointed towards the array using by using p. But here we have already declared that array is a pointer type, and we are directly using array instead of p. So array will go till array end. Array end. Also, since we are working with array now, one mistake I have done. Array in my case is a, so we'll be using plus plus a. Okay, so initiating the for loop. Now we'll be doing that sum is equals to sum plus a. Okay, now in previous thing we have called pointer array because we need the value. So again we will use asterisk a because we need the value. You can write like this, or you can write like sum plus is equals to asterisk a. You can write like sum is equals to sum. Both are correct. Now returning to the sum. Uh, now what we'll be doing, defining a main program, int main void. Have they changed anything here? Int array in previous thing what we have taken. No need to write the statement now. So they have directly called the thing. Okay, let's copy this from here. We have customized the program to take uh, input from the user na? So we'll be using that only. uh, oh, what the fuck. Copy selection, paste clipboard here. Why it is doing like this, man? Control Z. Copy. Again doing this. Why it's not copying? Control C, Control V. Okay, copied. Any new doubts? Any new doubts? No. Okay. So this should work. Let me just check it once. Uh, Control S. Saved. No error. So which is more optimized? The program is fairly self-explanatory. Let me see now which is more optimized. The first expression inside the for loop was omitted because no value had to be initiated before the loop was started. C programming for cyberbullying. Next, please. Huh? For cyberbullying? How? In which in which reference you are talking about? C programming for cyberbullying. So you have to cyber someone, or are you matlab, bullied by someone? What do you want? Do you want to bully someone by using C programming? I can teach both, no problem. C programming for cyberbullying. Do you want to write cybersecurity for cyberbullying? I didn't understand. Today there is a good interaction. I need a webcam, but my webcam is not charged today. No problem. So, which is more optimized? Yeah, my question is same. So I think this will be more optimized because we are using a separate pointer p, uh, pointer variable p. But in this case, we are treating a as a pointer. Array is itself a pointer. You can say pointer to an array. So they have asked this question, na? Here, is it an array or is it a pointer? So this case, this is an array. This is a pointer to an array. Function to this. So inside the function changes to the value as opposed to the values referenced by array. Do not tell them to, yes, learn assembly, because since AI is replacing, number of jobs, but AI cannot receive, oh, sorry, receive the AI cannot replace the job that those who learn assembly language. I don't know assembly language. If you want, I can teach. No problem. I know assembly, ARM and x64 both, because there are two types of assembly. Na, the old one that is the ARM and the new one that is x64, x86. Then I know Python, I know C, I know JavaScript and HTML, CSS for that. HTML, CSS is not a programming language, but that a web development thing, because we want to. I know language not as to make something like the web development languages like TypeScript, JavaScript, and all. I don't know if I want to make something, but I know that how to exploit them. You should prioritize what takes less memory if you want to run the program. Yes, so this takes less memory. This program is taking less memory because we are not using separate pointer variable. Here we are using separate pointer variable. Na? So we don't need to find the answer to the question. We itself got that. So GCC array P2C output to array P2. Okay, so array. Let me do one thing. It's not visible, I guess. Is it visible? Let me just. Yes, there is a slight problem in seeing. So preferences. Mm, okay, now good. So array P2 hyperland. No, simple Linux. This is a way of custom. This is not a simple Linux. This is Kali Linux. But I have increased the transparency, and this is a simple wallpaper which I have set here. There is no concept of hyperland. This is simple Kali Linux. Hyperland can be used with Kali Linux. I don't know, but Hyperland can be used with Arc Linux. Which distro? Kali, bro. Kali. Kali. Acha, distro. Distro is Debian. Kali is Debian based, na? So distro will be Debian. So there's a difference. Linux is a kernel. Kernel is something like which links software to hardware. Linux is not an operating system. But when we mix Linux with that genome and KD environment, it makes operating system. So distro is Debian and the operating system to be precisely known as Kali Linux. So there's a difference between all the three things and four things which I have told. Linux is not an operating system, it's a kernel. So Arc and Fedora are good suited with Hyperland. Okay, I know. There's an old laptop, I guess, from 2015. Uh, I'm working on that. I'm making a custom operating system. Although I am using Arc in the background, but I am doing something. I will show you once it's done. Let's run this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. The answer should be 50, na? 1 to 10. 55, yes, 55. I know, bro. I am suddenly obsessed with Linux. For last 2 weeks, obsessed with Linux. Nice. Yes, it's a more of secured operating system and easy to use. Yeah. Okay, I should tell you one thing. This operating, what do you think? This operating system which I am currently using, this not operating system, the device which I am currently using, which processor or GPU does it have? You will be shocked to know. Just guess the processor which I am using currently in this operating system. I will give you a hint because it's not an Intel processor. Uh, it's a what? It's a Ryzen processor. The GPU and CPU both are Ryzen. Just guess the which Ryzen it is. You will be shocked to know that I am streaming from such device. If you can just guess, make a wild guess which uh, which system I am currently. I think integrated GPU and AMD 550 something. No, no. For 5500 ARM. No, brother, no, not possible. Yeah, I am streaming. Yeah, I am currently streaming on YouTube. I am doing that much of stuff. Do you think I'm using this AMD 55500? No, brother. No, not integrated, separate. Separate GPU, CPU. And integrated things are like 2 to 3 years old, na? This this PC that I'm using is uh, 2019, I guess. I don't know much about old hardware. 2019 is not that. Love your connect. Love your connect or content? Content, okay. GPU RX. No. Okay, let me just tell you. So this is Ryzen 3. Ryzen 3 with which graphics it has? Radeon graphics one. Simple that. So the cost of this laptop is 30,000. Yeah. What do you expect? So this is the power of Linux, na? Linux is that much lightweight that is running on this old kind of PC with such degraded processor and such degraded GPU. It's Ryzen 330HX and 16 GB RAM, I guess. No, 8 GB RAM. No problem, brother. Content. 8 GB RAM. And that graphic, the basic graphic, like Radeon graphic one, like similar like this. The performance is good. Oh, it was good around that time frame. I do have laptop which has i5 integrated for 50K. Bought this year. So this year I bought another laptop that's a expensive laptop. MacBook M4. MacBook Pro M4. So, but I use this old laptop for streaming. It's going good because I have to use Linux and all. Na. That is, although I can do one thing because in MacBook I run Void on Intel Atom from 2000, 1 GB RAM. अरे यार Void Linux यार. Void Linux is damn good operating system. Void and CentOS both work on just black screen. So is Void with that genome KD or it's like a terminal version of Void? So you just have to code everything and in order to start something. I think Void is without uh, genome environment. Cult, okay, cult. So let's move forward. I have to complete this. I think Arc is most customizable. Every Linux distro is customizable, yeah. You just need to have the knowledge of customization. Hmm, अरे यार. No CLI, CLI version. It has XFCE4, but I prefer CLI. Okay. Yes, Kali Linux is also as not genome to, but specific version of genome that is XFCE4 and XFCE5, I guess, or three and four, 3 and 4 or four. I don't remember. Okay, so you use CLI based. Pretty good. Linux is basically around and find out. Yes, true. So let's end this war of operating system. You are discussing that much about operating system, but you have not discussed anything about Windows 11. Not even about Windows 12. Windows 12 is coming around at the end of 2025 or January 2026. So there I was reading an article on Reddit. There was a joke that Windows 12 is based on Linux. Is it true? I don't I don't know that it is not true that Windows 12 is based on Linux. But the trailer that I have, the conference they have na in the launch of Windows, cool to see what you are doing. What experience do you have in cybersecurity? Hex Twin. What experience do I have in cybersecurity? I don't just want to tell that, but I am working in cybersecurity from 2020. So I have a lot of experience. I am not taking it as a ego or something, but I have done many things in cybersecurity. Yeah. I've qualified many certifications. There are many certifications which I can qualify like OSCP, OSCP and all, but I don't have that much. Uh, money to buy that 1.5 lakhs of examination and attend that. Yes, but I have done blue teaming. Like in blue teaming, I have done Splunk, Sync, and all. Cipro, don't do go into detail if not required. Okay, but I can tell the branches. I have done practices in blue teaming at the starting, then digital forensics like OSINT and all, then red teaming from past 2 to 3 years, malware, penetration testing, reverse engineering, assembly, exploitation, and all. Windows 11 is basically piece of shit with its software, and I'm so done with it. I just want to break my laptop sometime due to it's almost 0% customization and plot points. 40% RAM on ideally. Yes, I will dual boot Fedora once I get my hands on disk. Yes, if you want to dual boot now, you have to be very careful because I have done that dual boot thing now on this, what you say, MacBook Air, not MacBook Air, MacBook Pro M4, M4 or M3 Max, I don't remember. I guess it is M4. Yes, M4. So I have done that dual boot thing, and accidentally I have deleted my APFS. APFS is Apple file system, and my MacBook got corrupted. And when I switch on my this MacBook in public, na, so Linux started. So everyone got shocked, like you have bought such an expensive laptop and you are using Linux on that. But I got it, I recovered it back. So if you are using dual boot, na, you have to be much careful. Arush Sindhigar, hi brother, welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's not waste that much time. So pointers to character strings, we have done pointers to array, we have understood. So this program, array P2, is more optimized because in this we have used a separate pointer variable to allocate the memory, and here we are directly accessing the value from the array, or we are treating array as a pointer. So pointer to character strings. So one of the most common application of using a pointer. Yes, I was having a 1 TB SSD, single SSD. That is how. So there's a partition like na ls disk 1, ls disk 2, or NVMe disk 1, NVMe disk 2. So my APFS was located in NVMe disk 2, and my basic, you can say, the boot is located in the NVMe disk 1. So I have deleted both of them by using this function. You can say command rmrf. I was dual booted in the Linux thing, and I was doing something like I have accidentally created a partition in the SSD, and I am deleting that one. But accidentally when I am doing like this NVMe and DSK1 like this, so I have to like write like the DSK10, but I have written DSK1, so it has removed my boot from the Apple. Okay. So this, it was an accident. It was, I need to remove the disk 10, but I have removed disk 1. Sad to hear, but you can still flash the image of latest operating system if you want to be usable. Yes, I have recovered that. I have recovered. I have taken my lap because I don't at that time I don't know what I have done. So I have taken my laptop to the, so it's, I think after 6 months of buying this MacBook Pro, I have done that. So I have taken that to the shop that I have bought and the service center. So they are asking me for 12,000 to recover my all the things. But I have done it myself. My father also scolded me heavily in front of that shopkeeper that why you have messed up the system. And shopkeeper is also saying that these today's kids don't know how to use laptop and all. And my ego got hurted, and I myself recovered that Apple file system. So thank you. To show how easily pointers to character strings, is Kali actually used in pen testing field? Kali is used in pen testing field. Yeah, Kali and Parrot OS both are used in pen testing field. To show how easily pointers to character strings can be used, write a function called. Let's finish this topic now. Then I will be. You can guess whatever you want here, no problem. But I will be addressing the doubt after completing this. We have already taken 30 minutes. So one of the most common application of string, a pointer to an array. So if this kind of interaction I was getting in the past stream now, because past the stream which I have done previously was too good, because we were doing Google Docking and Shodan, we were exposing open webcams and all, we were doing real hacking na. So but the viewership was less at that time, around 2 to 3 watching, but I don't know the exact reason. So today I'm doing C programming. That is why there are a lot of coders on YouTube. Na, at after 10, there is a, when I was in my college, used to search after 10 what job I have to pursue. So all the streams, new streams that are related to coding, I just randomly go to the stream. So this thing I am assuming that how you guys enter to my stream. So the reasons are one of the, so it's 10:15, huh? Yes. So this is the most engaging time of YouTube, 10 to 2, 10 to 4 at night. All the coders get attracted towards the YouTube to learn something new from scratch. So one of the most common applications of using a pointer to an array is a pointer to a character string. Okay. So the reason are ones of the notational convenience and the efficiency to show how easily pointer to character string can be used. So write a function called copy string. We have done it earlier. How to copy that string. So how to copy one string into another. If you write this function using a normal array indexing, let's see this first, char 2. So this is the string to be copied from, and this is the string we copying from, copying to and copying from. So int I from I is equals to 0. So it is running till, so this is null character, we have already discussed in the character string. So till the value from the array, from array is not null, so you have to iterate the value of the index, and 2 is the string we are copying to, I is equals to from I. So 2I, after that end it with the null character, so for loop will be stopped. So this is a way of writing or way of copying the string from one string to another by simple. So this is the simple use case. Now we will be using pointers. So I think we will be doing that same thing again. We are working with strings now. So strings are nice. We are here. So a micro uh, strings. So since we are working with pointers, so strings p.c. So I think we have to treat both the arrays to and from, that from the to array that we are copying to and the from array, both will be treated as, where it is, both will be treated as pointers. Yes, both are treated as pointers. So let's take it from here. In order to save our time, shift V. Okay. So char, again pointer to, we are using the same thing. Uh, where it is, control Q, micro p2.c. So we are using the same concept in this array. We have done the pointer inside the functional argument. Na? So here we have also passed the pointer in the inside the functional argument. Okay. So now we want to write the main core logic of the program. So we are doing that same thing. Initiating, no needed. We will directly write that. So since we want to stop till the null character, so yes, we will be directly using the that what you say, pointer or indirectional operator, and it will be stopped should when the it should not be equals to the null character. Null character 0. Okay. So we need to do, so this is the third argument now. So in the third argument we need two separate things, like we need to iterate the from array also, and also we need to iterate the to array both. And okay, now we need to copy paste, or you can say the copy the content. So we can use directly pointers, much easier. So why we are using pointers specifically, although we know how to copy the strings from the normal method, is just that we want to make our code more optimized, and nothing, just this. So here we have to initiate this null character again, pointer 2 is equals to the null character. Okay, now it's done. We need to close this also. Now we'll be writing our main code. or we can say main function int main void, because we need to print also, and we need to initiate assign the value which string to be copied. So they have taken, again, not need to write this gas string 1. Okay, this string 2. Okay, let's copy this from here, shift V. So we need to copy this string here in this. So we are taking the size to be 50. You can take 100,000, 20,000, anything. So, but you should take minimum 50 because the use case, for the use case. So what we need to do now, we will be using this function. So how we'll be using this? Copy string. Okay, we need to pass two arguments. So the first argument is the string to be copied. Oh, so the string to be copied, like uh, this. So string 1 is to be copied now. String 1. So this is the second argument. Sorry, this is the second argument. The first argument is the string that we need uh, to access the content, like this. So string 2 and string 1. So this is to be copied, and this is to be copied to this thing. So string 2 to the to array, and string 1 to the from array. So this will be initiated like this. Now what we need to do? You can do one thing also. Let's print this first. So this is the basic now. Let's print this, printf, and we are working with characters. We can use %c or %s, your choice completely. Small s. Okay. Now what we need? We need to be string 2 now. String 2, s string 2. Okay. Printf. Now we are doing again one thing. We are using this shift V. So we need to copy. So another string, let's take another string, and we are not taking, we are directly writing, hi, I am Vyadh. We need to copy this to string 2. So can we copy it directly? Printf, again this thing. Okay, so return 0, shift control S. Okay, so there is an error, wrong type argument to urinary plus. Okay. Now it's all right. Control S. Okay, fine. Null character. String 1 is this, string 2 is this. Copied string 1 to string 2, then this string to string 2. A string to be copied, I am. Okay, so let's compile this first. GCC strings p dot c, writing the output to strings p dot string p. Okay, and now we need to run this. A string to be copied. Okay, so we can write custom string inside this function also, because this will be treated as character only, na? Because we have defined earlier in the function copy string that it will be a character. Okay, so it's working fine, no problem. Can we do one thing here also? Let's customize this also. Let's try to customize this code also. Let's take input from the user and store it in the string 3. So printf, enter string of your choice. Okay, we need to store it somewhere, no? So scanf percent percent s, because it's a character, and we will be storing that to str3 or string 3, no problem. Okay, so we need to copy this thing, copy selection, shift V. Okay, it will be working, no problem. Okay, it is copied like this, no problem. We need to print string 2, but we need to copy it from string 3, str3. Do we need to also, Vyadh bhai, why don't you use C++? Uh, okay, We are using C because we want to learn programming, this C programming for cybersecurity, and C++ is not that much capable of exploiting machines and all, because you know that most of the operating system or all the operating systems are uh, made in C somehow. The basic structure, the fundamental structure is in C. So we are learning C in order to exploit the systems. Just short, crisp answer. Char str3, and it is also a character 50. If you are a developer or something, if you want to do problem solving, you can learn C++, no problem. But we is in cybersecurity and all, we have to learn C first. I have done return 0 2 times. Is there something? So we have taken the input, we have stored it in scanf. Sorry, we have stored it in str3. It should be working. Control S. Problem here, problem here, problem here. Expects argument of type char this. Okay, but I am not able to read the whole error. Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, formats this percent expects argument of natas, and yes, if you want to see the bandit, now I have already solved the bandit. So the thing is, I have solved this bandit in the very first stream, my introduction stream. If you see my introduction stream, I have solved that bandit game in the first stream. I have solved natas. I have solved the leviathan. I have also solved. Let me see how much I have solved with that. War games. Oh, bandit. Over the wire, na? Yes, over the wire. I have solved Bandis I have done, Natas I have done, Leviathan I have done, Behemoth I have done. Yes. So there was another thing, the binary exploitation and reverse engineering. I think it was Maze, I guess. This is I have also solved. No information of is available now. Over the various. I have solved many. I will be solving that in future also. No problem. I have the C is God's own language. Yes. So I was doing crash course on C. So C is more reliable, C++ is evolutionary, but we love C advanced Rust. Yes. I was doing crash course on C programming last year, but left halfway, so don't know pointers and array, and I forgot most of the things. But I feel like catching up. Yes, you can. What's the error here? I have to resolve the error here. This expects the type of char. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. It need, because it is going like this. Is that Vim? No, is it? It's micro text editor. It's not Vim. Uh, but argument 2, okay, has char this 50 format. Okay. If I do like this, what happen? Char s. So here will be the problem. So argument 2 of copying string make pointer from integer without a cast. Nano, no, not nano. It's micro. So if it is a nano, I cannot just directly go like here and edit something. Too much stock on Nata, so I just stopped and haven't touched it in 2 weeks. I did Bandit in 2 days. I completed Bandit. I think I have stopped Bandit in between because when I have started the stream, 1 month back, because I have started the channel 1 month back, I guess. So when I have started the channel 1 month back, people when come on the live stream like you, so they just told me to start from basics. So that is why I've stopped doing that thing. Although I find it cool that I should be solving HTV machines and what that other platform like Hack the Box, and what's that other Try Hack Me, and like playgrounds of offensive security, Vulnerhawk, Vulnerhub, and Over the Wire, and there is one more CTF, and CTF thing, like I don't know exactly the name. It was CTF related to assembly and C only. So I have planned that I will be doing this, solving machines and all, solving CTF, solving war games. But the audience that I was catching, they were saying that I have to start from basics. So I have start cybersecurity from basics. That is how the journey continues. Too many suspicious people on the stream. Suspicious people? What kind of suspicious people, bro? I don't find anything suspicious. Hmm. अरे व्हाट्स द एरर यार, इसमें क्या एरर आ गया? समझ में नहीं आया. कॉपी स्ट्रिंग मेक पॉइंटर्स फ्रॉम इंटीजर विदाउट अ कास्ट. ओके, तो यहाँ पे मैंने एरे बना दिया 50. अब क्या दिक्कत है? कंट्रोल एस. ओके, मैं यहाँ से एंड हटा दूंगा, फिर चल जाएगा. कंट्रोल एस. हाँ चल जाएगा, क्योंकि हाँ, बिकॉज सिंस इट इज़ अ पॉइंटर ना, वी डोंट नीड टू एक्सप्लिसिटली असाइन द वैल्यू. सो आई गेस इट शुड वर्क नाउ. So there is a difference I should tell you. When you are directly, if you're working with characters, na, character strings, you don't need to use this addressing operator. And so good, keep going. Do you have any certificate like CISSP? CISSP, you need your 5 years of experience. Yes, I have CCNA, I have CEH, version 9, version 9 and version 11. Both are expired. I have CompTIA Network Plus, I have CompTIA Security Plus. Suspicious according to government. And yes, I don't have CISSP, but I have CEH 9, version 9 and version 11. Okay, I have CompTIA Security Plus Network Plus, CCNA I have. I am targeting for OSCP. I can crack OSCP, but I don't have that much confidence and don't have that much money to crack OSCP. How was CCNA? Good, yeah. I got a discounted voucher on student ID. It was around, uh, I guess, $120. Back then, dollar was around $80, 80 rupees. So 12 8 96 and all. कितना हो गया? I don't know. $120 कितना हुआ? Okay. Now I got why. Now I got uncomfortable by name. 7004 WP. सा- अरे यार, अरे पहले प्रोग्राम देखते हैं कि चल रहा है नहीं चल रहा, बाकी सब बाद में. इफ यू वांट टू डू सीसी, if you are in cyber security, अगर तुम साइबर सिक्योरिटी में हो, तो CCNA का इतना नीड नहीं है. मैं हिंदी में शिफ्ट कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मोस्ट ऑफ द लोगों को आती होगी यार, नो प्रॉब्लम. सो यू डोंट need CCNA if you want to pursue a career in cyber security. But if you want to play in that network and all, network architecture, system administrate, so you have to climb the ladder of that network associate or network engineer. You have to do CCNA, then endpoint security, then you have to have the knowledge of all the ports, TCP, IP, OSI model, whole networking. You have to have the knowledge of whole networking. So you can, if you want, you can go CCNA. CCNA is very, you can say, what it is, theoretical. Strings p.c. Okay. हिंदी में बात कर networking. Yes, networking is. Keep saying in English. Yes, okay, no problem. I'm comfortable in English, Hindi, and German, little bit of French, I know. Enter string of your choice. Vyadh is amazing. Oh, I messed up something. Because I have given 3 arguments. Now I have to give that in quotes, I guess. Wait a minute. Vyadh. Okay. I have to write that in continuation because it is treating as space is treated as different arguments. Hmm. No problem. I can do like this. No problem. Now you have understood how to do that. No problem. Control Z. Hmm. Clear. Okay, moving on. Moving on. No need to read this. Const character strings and pointer. Constant character strings and pointer. Okay, I think we are working with structures in the next program. No, we are not. How much is left? Operations or pointer, pointer to functions. Okay, we have to complete pointers today. Anyhow. Constant characteristics and pointers. Okay. The fact that call the copy string 2, so is this works in the previous program implies that when a constant character string is passed as an argument to a function, this is the constant character string. What is actually passed is a pointer to that character string. Okay. Not only so it is not directly passed. It is not directly passed. The pointer to that character is passed. So not only is this true in this case, but it also can be generalized by saying that whenever a constant character string is used in C, it is a pointer to that character string that is produced. Okay. Whenever a constant character string is used in C, okay, constant character string, it is a pointer to that character string that is produced. Okay. So we are using or we are saying we are passing the argument as pointer to the character string. We are not just directly passing character string or constant character string. So if text ptr is declared to be a character pointer, as in this, then the statement text ptr this assigns to text ptr a pointer to the constant character string or character string. Okay, इसमें एग्जांपल में कुछ और भी ले सकते थे ना, बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग स्टेटमेंट हो गया. इट्स अ बिट कंफ्यूजिंग दैट text ptr is a pointer. I will you make it simple. So text ptr is nothing but a variable pointer. It is pointing towards this constant character string. Why this is constant? Because it cannot be changed. It is constant. है ना? No other string can be replace this. So this is constant. So be careful to make the distinction here between the character pointers and character arrays, as a type of assignment just shown is not valid with the. Okay, so we are working like this now. This was not working in our case. So then you could not write a statement such as this. Okay. Okay, no problem. Mm, let's take a water break. I quickly or just complete this after I can. Okay, let's complete till here. Then we will take a break of 2 to 3 minutes. So the only time that C lets you get away from with performing this type of assignment. So we have already encountered this error, na? This thing we are performing the size. We are writing the size here explicitly, so it will not work. So then you could not write a statement such as this if you explicitly write like this. Hmm. So okay, you can write like this. Cat text 80. This is okay, but you cannot write like this because it is treated as array and it is a constant character string. Both are a different data type. Be hydrated. Hydrated. Okay. 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 The only time that C. Yeah, my why my webcam is not working, I still don't know. Let's take a break. Your IG. What's IG? IG? What's IGR? I don't know. Uh, let's see if it is working. Okay, webcam is working fine. It's not lagging anymore. I can sir. Instagram. Why do you need my Instagram, brother? Just join me on Discord, na. Now I am going to switch on my webcam. Please don't judge me on my face, yaar. I'm not. My hairs are not well done. My hairs are much messed up. Mm, is it working or not? Okay, it's working fine, I guess. Mm, अरे यार हो गया. Okay, so my webcam is fine, I guess. Hi. Configure your webcam with your GPU if it's technically issue or install latest driver. अरे नहीं यार, वो इशू ही नहीं है. मेरा वेबकैम ही मेरा फ़ोन है, मैं ड्रॉइड कैम यूज़ कर रहा हूँ. मैं वो यूज़ भी नहीं कर रहा कस्टम कैमरा. उस पे वैसे भी आई हैव पुट अ टेप और स्टिकर इन ऑफ द कैमरा बिकॉज आई randomly surf dark web and all na, so I have pasted a sticker here on the camera. I use this. I wanna speak IG. Please wanna speak IG. अरे why you need my Instagram यार? क्या करोगे Instagram का? I am not that much active on Instagram. If I will give that na, I am not that much active. I am visible na. No problem, no lagging in the webcam. Okay, so where were we? I have to do one thing. Shorten this webcam. Yeah, I need this kind of interaction in na, that the core cybersecurity classes I take. Because in that I don't get that much of interaction. I need that much interaction in that classes. Because the next class, if we see throughout this week, we have C programming again. We are continuing, but I guess tomorrow is the second class of information gathering or second part. So tomorrow, what we will be doing, we are doing Shodan web browser. If you have ever heard about, we will be setting up that Shodan web browser. We will be exposing some of the vulnerable IP addresses of webcam, Apache servers, HTTP servers. O- We will only, explore the things that can be exploited. We cannot exploit. We will not exploit in the live class. Before exploiting, I have to teach you something like how to set up a safe environment. Because if you are exploiting something, na, there is a possibility that you have exploited a honeypot. You have trapped inside any kind of uh, exploited server, and your IP get exploited, your location get exposed. You can had be that is called reverse engineering, na? If you are doing like hacking some IP addresses and you itself got hacked from that IP, this can be a possibility. Your age, what do you need? Yeah, you need to create a marriage proposal of me. Yeah, what do you need? You need my Instagram, then age, then all. Do you want to create my matrimonial profile page or something? You can guess, yeah, by my appearance, by my voice, by my experience. You can guess what's my age. Do you need my age? My age is 14, 14, 2011 born or 2010 born. Sorry, when I was 9 years old in 2019, I started cybersecurity. 25. यार 15 यार बताया तो 15 years 28 15 years 15 years same way your speakers can be used as mic by reverse engineering. No, you cannot use speakers because you have to make some hardware changes. You cannot just not directly reverse engineer a speaker to be a mic. You cannot use. Hell no. I am 15 year. I am 15. By my appearance, you can get here. I am 15. I have just completed my 10th class. I am in 11th class now. I have pursued commerce stream. Where were we? So you cannot just, if you have declared na that text is an array, you cannot just like write like constant character string. If you want to write like constant character string, you can just initialize this thing. This is not valid like here only, or this is okay. Any string here only inside this while you are declaring this text. So initializing the text array in the manner does not have the effect of biggest joke so far. Initializing, yeah, promise me one thing, yeah, this kind of interaction I need tomorrow because that is real cybersecurity, the first phase of penetration testing. And you are making this session, this boring session of pointers engaging. Optional subject IP, informational practice. Optional subject, physical education. Not directly, but government institution. I've developed something for monitoring that uses your speaker. No, I have studied hardware. I have assembled some kind of custom laptops. You cannot reverse engineer a speaker to mic until unless you make hardware changes. Until unless you make hardware changes, because there is a input output IC interface card. So you have to explicitly change that interface card, because speaker is a output, so it has a OIC output interface card, and mic is IIC, that is input interface card. So you have to change that network, not network card. You have to change that interface card IC. Then you can uh, reverse engineering. If the speaker is customized, like it has both IC and it has both IIC and OIC, so it can be reverse engineered. And I have a knowledge of hardware. I can just, thanks for correcting. No problem. No problem. There is a speculation theory that FBI and all, just CIA, FBI, and all the governments are just want to, access your voice and data and all. So they have something kind of malicious reverse engineering crawlers through your ISP. ISP is Internet Service Providers. So the Wi-Fi that you are connecting with, so they are just uh, doing like ARP spoofing, that done through network. So they are doing like ARP spoofing, uh, installing reverse engineering crawlers or spreaders in your operating system or your system that you are using. So they are using your data. No, that's not possible. Camera access, I can trust. I can say that they are. I can say that if I am using this webcam, my mobile phone, so I know there is a possibility that someone is seeing with someone is seeing behind me, or someone is seeing behind this camera. So there is a possibility. But microphone and all, uh, but they can do one thing, na. Like if you have ever set up a, that's IME, Intel Management Engine used by intelligence. Yes, yes. So there is one thing now, when you give the permission of the microphone. So there's a possibility that Instagram and all, if you let's do a practical. Okay, take a mobile phone in which you have Instagram and start randomly talking about, hey bro, I am a class 12 student and much interested into low level programming and operating system, want to become an exploit developer. So where should I start? You should start from C programming, assembly. uh, yes, these two things you should cover. These two things you should be expert in within 6 months. Then you can start with operating system. uh, then you can make your custom exploits. You can use a book called hacking the art of in exploitation, hacking the art of inception, and hacking the art of three books they are. So you can use that. So the practical that I was talking about, take a random thing, like talk about a keyboard for 5 minutes to like to yourself. And we are talking na to, and if I open my Instagram now, I start seeing the ads of keyboard and the thing I have talking about. Or you do one thing also on the Google, you talk about keyboard, simultaneously you search about keyboards on different platform, open your Instagram, scroll 10 to 5 reels, and you pop up with the advertisement of keyboard or something related to the accessories of your operating system. So they are listening to our talks. All of us know, yeah. So they are accessing our microphone and all, because you explicitly give the permission of your microphone, your camera, and all the things, your storage permission also. So let's move forward. So initializing the text array in the manner does not have the effect of storing a pointer to the character string. So this is okay inside the text, but rather the actual character themselves inside corresponding element of the text array. So if text is a character pointer, initializing text with the statement. So char pointer text, this is okay, working fine. Assigned to a pointer to the string, this is okay. So this is a pointer which is assigned to Devi Prasad Sahu. Hi brother, welcome to the stream. Okay, we have hit to 192 subscribers today. Nice. Uh, I guess 179 was before starting the stream. So C programming is itself attracting that much of viewership on YouTube. But why not when I teach about core cybersecurity? I have little experience in assembly. So are you the same person which was asking? Assembly, and did some intelligent intermediate level C. So basically how much time basically it takes to achieve a good level. So there is no time frame. Okay, so you cannot explicitly say that you have learned something completely, like 100%. So you have to, repolish your things every day. Instagram, something related. Yes, 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 yes. I know. So achieve a good level, you have to test your skills. Yeah, I will give you a platform. Join my Discord. Okay, I have given the link. Let's tell me one thing. If you press the link on the description in Discord, is it working? If it is working, now join the Discord. I will give you a link of CTF, capture the flag. That is wholly based on assembly and C programming. So there are many codes of assembly and C. You have to find the error in that, or you can say you have to exploit that code in order to mess up the program. I will give you a link of the CTF. I also solve at night one of the CTF daily. So another example of the distinction between, like, here we have taken one string, here we have taken the arrays of string. So the array days is defined to contain 7 entries, each a pointer to a character string. So day 0 contains a pointer to the character string Sunday. Days 1 contains a pointer to the string Monday. So okay, 0 to Sunday, like 7 is the size. If we 3, so 3 will be Thursday, I guess. Wednesday, sorry, Sunday, Monday. Sunday is beginning, na? So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. Oh, all right. So there we have got concluding all this. We have got two things. If you want to use constant character string as a pointer or to a pointer, so you have two ways to write it, like this. And if you want a group of strings, you can write like this. You can define an array here and write all the things in the curly braces. So this is the conclusion. These two things are the conclusion. Rest all the things are, wrong. Will you start bash scripting? Already completed, brother. Already completed. If you see, I have not explicitly covered all the things in bash scripting, but if you have a hands-on knowledge on Linux now, you don't need to do anything. You just need to write that all the Linux code or all the execution part in a .sh script and initialize it. Nothing much. You can refer to the stream of my previous stream, like there are 9 parts of Linux shell scripting, so you can refer to that. There's a small portion of bash scripting also, but I have not dedicatedly covered this as a series of uh, bash scripting. Although when we are moving forward, I will be creating custom. I did over the wire bandit some Pico CTF. I think it is Pico CTF. No, it's not Pico CTF. And learning now from PWN college. Okay, I use 7 plus distro, but still, what? Mm, over the wire bandit. Bandit is very easy, yaar. बहुत easy है. If you want to do something, na, in the over the wire, you can do one thing. I don't exactly remember the name. I have to find that. Over the wire is not why it's not coming here. Over the wire. Mhm. Bandit is easy. Natas is easy. If you want to do for binary exploitation and all, na, use maze. You can do maze or behemoth. You can do an u2 MNO कुछ ऐसा इस तरीके का UTU MNO and Narnia you can do NARNIA. These 4 war games you can complete. You can do Formula 1 best if you have assembly knowledge of assembly, na, best. If you want to practice something offline, like setup in your virtual machine, you can use Semtex. Semtex is also based on buffer overflow and memory exploitation, binary exploitation, you can say. Mm. OSINT course, yes, I will do OSINT course after completing information gathering, because tomorrow is another part. Then whole week we don't have streams on regular basis because I am quite busy next week. So we will be completing the yeah. Where is the? I have given a community post now. You can check there. So this Saturday Sunday is completed. The upcoming Saturday Sunday we have uh, till Sunday we will completing 4 parts of information gathering, and it will be completed, I guess. 4 to 5 parts will be completed. After that I can start OSINT. I watch a YouTuber called BOG. He was trying to pass try me hosint. I have okay, that is easy, way easy. I can solve it now. Hosint. I think it is written like OHSINT. Am I right? OSINT. It was a dedicated machine. I think they have given us some kind of image and they are asking three questions. है ना? If it is try hack me, I know how to solve that. I have solved it many times here. Okay, 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 okay. Oh, we are in the program. Function to copy one string from another, na? Uh, okay, 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 okay. Yes, yes, yes. So we have do ls function p linked list 12 question on level 1. 12 question. I think there was a set like three questions, and in one question it is what like four parts or something. It was like uh, I don't exactly remember here. I can find, no problem. Oh, sent. Spelling is like OH, yes. Oh, sent. Try hack me. This was the one. This was the image of Windows XP they have given, and you have to find the location. Should we solve this now? What is the user avatar of? I know the answer. It's cat. The answer is cat. I have to continue with Google. Uh, thing I lack resources. I have a very old laptop, around 11 year and 4 GB RAM, so it's hard to run VMs, and I have only mobile data 1.4 my work, which I connect with my laptop. Hey, you can buy a new laptop here. In 30,000, you get a Ryzen 3 or i3 that can run your virtual machines, no problem. Or in the old, if you have the old laptop, corrupt that laptop, uh, erase everything, and install Linux from scratch. Let me do one thing. Let me log in this. Okay, after that I will be. I lost my previous try hack me. Let's create another account, no problem. I have solved it 1 year ago, yeah. Okay, no, I need that OSINT here. I have to learn a path in order to start, I guess. I don't want to. You are from IIT, right? Mm, mm, no, I am not. Your OSINT, you have done my OSINT here. Okay, I think you have. I'm still a student, so I don't have money to buy a new one. Okay. Yeah, if you have old laptop now, you can install something like CentOS or another thing. If you don't want to use VM, you can use on. You can if you want. If you have old laptop now, solve online CTFs and war games. Don't solve offline one. Oh, sent. My screen is not visible, na? I guess it will be visible now. Okay, it's working. So lights. I have made a program in my mobile for that dimming the light. It's working, I guess. ट्रेली डेविस IRIP, I don't know. I'm using Kyle Linux in WSL. टेम्पल OS पर क्या कहोगे? टेम्पल OS I don't know यार. टेम्पल कौन सा है? बहुत सारे ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है. Hmm, uh, can you tell me one thing? This light is working or not? It's working. Gestures are working. Is it visible in stream? It's visible. So my program is working fine. Yes. So. Temple OS was built by Terry Davis. It was built in old computer language that he called Holy C. Yes. Holy C. Holy C was made in Bell Laboratories, I guess. All the things are Linux is also made in Bell Laboratories. What we were doing here, we are just distracted from. What is the user rejoin room? How I can. I think the answer is cat. I have already solved this here. Answer correct. I have already solved this. I have to find all the things. Person, I can find all the things here. But let's do it in another class. When we will be beginning OSINT, na? We'll do that there. Yes, it was this one. I know how to solve this. It is this gesture na is still not working that much fine. I have to do something. Okay. So we are there's a 2.0 program of this copying the string thing. String p.c यही था क्या? Cat strings p.c. Okay, this was the program. Now we have to customize this. Let's make another program. String p2 also exist or not? Array p2 exist. So micro string p2.c. Okay. Till here it is same. We are not. There's nothing anything new. We are just using while here. Nice. What's this here? Okay, so here what we will do, we are not using while loop, we are not using for loop here. We are just using while loop and we are running this loop till the pointer from. It's much easier. From and अरे ये क्या हुआ? From and we are just directly because we want to increment the value na, and we want to copy all the strings. So what we will be doing, we will be using post increment. In the previous program, if you see, we are using pre-increment. We are incrementing the value, then assigning. But now we will be assigning the value first or the pointer first, then we are incrementing and we are assigning this to, or we are fetching the value from this from, and we are also using this plus plus thing. So it will work fine simultaneously, like zero index, then one, then two, then three. Both have the similar indexes because we have initiated, we have not given any initiation. Na? We have just given that it should be working till the pointer from. And if I want to give the termination, so for giving the termination of this while loop, we are going for the null character. It should be working till the null character. What was the way of writing here? Zero, like this. Okay. Should be working fine. And the main program will be same. No need to write this again. Return. Okay, so it will be working similarly. No need for this statement. Are you gonna do Rust in future? No, I don't exactly know if it is Rust is used in cybersecurity or not, but I will not be doing Rust. No plan now, but I don't know about the future. It was optimized for gaming, Calzimaro. Dev plays, yeah, we have made a toy OS with Holy C. Well, it was pretty experimental. It was optimized for gaming as he stated. Or you wanna do Rust? Yeah, I got. Yes, no problem, brother. Deva plays. Which distro are you using? Kali. I'm using Kali Linux. Control S. Let's compile this. Hit enter. String p2. Okay, it's working fine. So in place of that for loop, this thing, the concept of this like no initiation, but we are working till the null character. What we can do, we can initiate a while loop and stop at the null character of the two array. We can start the initiation from the pointer from, and simultaneously like plus plus from is equals to plus plus 2, or sorry, the reverse of it. The plus plus is like the pre-increment, but here we are doing post increment because first we need to assign the value. Okay, so like how this will work. So pointer 2 is equals to pointer from, then plus plus, then another index will come, then pointer 2 zeroth index is also done. So pointer to first index is equals to pointer from first index, then again pointer to second index is equals to pointer from second index. Any project idea, please? Project idea regarding what kind of project you want to make? I can suggest anything. Yeah, motivational codes 46431. Uh, you have guessed that I am from IIT. I think you have got the LinkedIn or something. Am I right? I have not given my LinkedIn here. I have given that save byte. Okay. I think I have written in that owned by something. Hmm. You have searched about me. Why are you doing C for system programmer? System programmer. System programmer. Yeah, design a operating system from scratch. Best if you like boss of all the programs, design a operating system. Although there is no need, but uh, what you can do, made a customizable operating system. Why are you doing C? In order to exploit systems, Windows system, Linux, Mac OS, anything. That is why we are using C or learning C. So last topic for today, operations on pointers. So as you have seen in this chapter, you can add or subtract integer value from pointers. Furthermore, you can compare two pointers to see if they are equal or not. Or if one pointer is less than or greater than, what's the timing of the stream? 2 hours, 30 minutes. Okay. So, or if one pointer is less than or greater than another pointer, the only other operation that is permitted on the pointer is the subtraction of two pointers of the same type. Okay, so the result of subtracting two pointers in C is the number of elements contained between the two pointers. Okay, subtraction of two pointers. So, okay, so like you know that pointer is pointing towards the address memory of a particular value. What is the resource you're reading? This is a book by I don't yaar, I forgot the. Okay, it is written. It's Programming in C, third edition by Stephen G. Cochin. It's a book by Stephen G. Cochin. So if they're existing pre-existing any module, why should I make my own? I will use all na. I can take a reference of book. So if a point, if a points to an array elements of any type and b points to another element somewhere farther along in the same way, so b minus a represents the number of element between those two pointers. Okay. So let's do one thing. Do I have micro? Not micro, Miro. Okay, I need to log in, I guess. I'm switching off the screen for some time. AI and people going towards data science and ML. Very few amount of people go towards system level programming. So what's your point? Go towards system level programming. Exploit system, exploit AI, exploit machines, uh, exploit anything that is possible. That's my suggestion. Why it's not erasing. Let me show you something. So what we are doing, let's assume it is an array. Okay. Mm, mm, So there is a pointer A that is targeting towards this. There is a pointer B that is targeting towards this. So let's assume this is the address of this 1002, and similarly 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1006. So we know this is the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the value can be anything 2, 6, 8, 4, 10, 11. So what we are doing, we are taking two pointers A and B. So what we are doing here, when you do B minus A is a pointer that is allocating towards the memory this, and B is a memory address which has 1006. So what we will do when you do B minus A, so it is like 1006 minus 1001. So 1006 minus 1001. So you will get 5. Oh, you are getting 5. So I think the four elements. Okay, okay. Sorry, sorry, sorry. The formula is wrong. Where's the eraser? Uh, because we are jumping towards this value, na. So we have to add one. Okay. So since this pointer is where is the pencil? This pointer is pointing towards 2, but we want to access the first index value. And if you do like this, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will take another memory and we will jump towards this. And if you do B minus A, so it will be like B 1006 minus 1002, because we are pointing towards the next memory. So it is like 4. So what's the text that was written? So B minus A represents the number of elements between those two pointers. So 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yes, formula is verified. So this is how it works. Mm, where is the book? Okay. So moving on, uh, n is equals to p minus x. N is the number of element, and oh, sorry, 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 brother. अबे यार, I am switched off that leave thing. Let me just do this. Sorry. Is my screen visible now? Is my screen visible? Mm, in my stream, it's not visible. Why, why, why? Okay, I think it's visible now. Yep. Have you tried network programming using C? No, system level programming here, not network programming. For network programming, you should be having knowledge of Java. It's better. How would you define system programming? So system programming, it can be said as making a program or a software. So the aim is to make use of the hardware. Yes, it's called system level programming, or system, not system level programming. It is system programming. So you are making a program or software something in order to use a computer hardware or physical hardware. So why you want to use a physical hardware? You want to provide a service or something, na? So this is known as system programming. I hope you understood. Okay. Where were we? So we were calculating b minus a, na? So what I was telling, that this pointer is allocated here, but it will be targeting to the next index, that is index 1. Okay, and b is here. So what you want to do, what we will be doing, like we will be calculating b minus a, na? So b is nothing but this memory address 1006, and a is nothing but this memory uh, address 1002. So when you calculate this, we get 4. So although the formula for memory address is like the b minus a plus 1 like this. But it can be said as a because it is directly pointing towards, we know by default it is directly pointing towards the first index. So when you calculate 1006 minus 1002, you get 4. 4 is the number of element present between the two pointers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this was the pointer A, that was the pointer B. I hope you understood. Okay, so has the effect of assigning to the variable n assumed here to be an integer the index number of the element inside x to which p points. Therefore, if p set pointing to the 100th element in x by a statement such as p, okay, addressing operator x99, that is the 100th element, so the value of n after the previous subtraction is performed is 99. Okay, प्रोग्रामिंग हार्डवेयर इज इट कॉल्ड और फर्मवेयर प्रोग्रामिंग और डेवलपिंग हार्डवेयर अरे यार इतने सारे टर्म्स रुक जाओ प्रोग्रामिंग हार्डवेयर okay isn't called low level programming or firmware programming or developing hardware drivers. So these points that you have written are points are all different. Okay, so I tell you one thing, programming hardware, okay, so it is like the name suggests, programming hardware. So it is like we are programming, okay, we are programming to set in a chip and that chip to a hardware. So it is like the program that how the hardware will be working. Okay, so what is system programming? System programming is like using that hardware. Okay, and programming hardware is like how the hardware will be working. Okay, now the low level programming can be both said as hardware way or software way. Okay, both can be said. Firmware programming or hardware programming can be said as similar or not. Developing hardware drivers. So developing hardware drivers is after configuring the hardware, then connecting it to the kernel, and after that uh, constructing the drivers so that software and hardware could you can say contact. Firmware programming and hardware programming can be similar, but firmware programming is a chunk and hardware programming is short. I think programming embedded system or IoT are set like doing hardware programming. Yes, programming embedded system is firmware programming, because when we talk about a system, now whole system, it is a firmware, but system concept consists of different kind of hardware or small hardwares. IoT are said like doing hardware programming. Huh, embedded programming, yes, it's the best example I can say. IoT is like hardware programming, and embedded system is like firmware programming. So, like hardware programming is a subscript of this embedded system or firmware programming. I hope you understood. So here I am reading chats on my second second system. So that is why I'm continuously looking here. So there is a way of reading chats here, na? The docs, YouTube live control panel. Oh, we need to sign in. No problem. Okay, so where were we? As a practical application of this newly learned fact about pointer subtraction, take a look at the newest version of the string length function. Okay. Hmm. Okay, pointer to function is also left. Pointer and memory address is also left. Okay, two only two topics are left. So let's do this program. What's the name? Operations. Operations.c. Okay, micro. Hmm. Okay, now what we are doing, int string length strl, making a function. Then what we are doing, function to count the character strings, pointer version. Okay, we need to count the character strings. So the string will be constant throughout the program. So const char, let's take it as a, we are working with pointer now. Okay, uh, what we can do, we will be counting what they have done, the actual type of signed integer that is produced by subtracting two integers, for example int long int. Can you tell me how I can, Okay, let you teach me. Let I teach you one more concept. Google Docking. How you can use Google Doc to download something. Google.com. अरे यार Google.com. Okay. So we will be using a concept called Google Docking. You can download any book. Any book. अरे आजा यार. Why it's not Firefox में होता है. But I have to. You cannot just directly do that in a separate browser. I have to access google.com. Okay, it's working. So what you will be doing, you will be using a tag called entitle, and in that tag, you will be specifying the name of the book. So this I can just directly give this PDF, no problem. But let's learn something new, na? Name of this book, Programming in C. Uh, can I not just directly copy this? Where it is situated? CD pointers. New tab. Let's work. CD ls C programming. This is the book. Okay. यार ये क्या कर दिया? Copy selection. ठीक है. And here file type PDF. I have made a mistake. Wait, यार. In title. Control V. File type PDF. These are all fake links here. Potential security threat. Okay, no problem. अरे यार accept risk can go on. अरे 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 क्या खुल गया था ये? यही प्रॉब्लम है ना थोड़ा सा. कोई नहीं, दोबारा करते हैं. अच्छा, गूगल यूज़ कर रहा है ना, तो we can just directly write like this in title. यार ये तो और माइनस हो जाएगा, ये नहीं चला तो. फाइल टाइप PDF. यहाँ नहीं जाना यार. लेट्स डू वन थिंग. इसे शॉर्ट करते हैं थोड़ा सा. पर मेरे को उस ऑथर की चाहिए ना. लॉल. Can you tell me how I can download? I can just directly give this PDF in the Discord, yaar. But I have downloaded like this only. रेड ट्यूब खुल गया था यार. कमाल लोग वेबसाइट बनाते हैं, रिडायरेक्शन डाल देते हैं तरह का. थर्ड एडिशन अब तो आएगा शायद. प्रोग्रामिंग इन सी. ये भी फेक लिंक लग रहा है मेरे को. बुक परफ्यूम प्रीमियम. ओके. जी एडवांस. प्रोग्रामिंग सी एडिशन जी एडवांस किया. ओके. अनदर फेक वेबसाइट. फिर से फेक वेबसाइट. सब वहीं रिडायरेक्ट कर रहे हैं. किसी ने जी एडवांस की वेबसाइट बन रखी है. वाह नाइस. और मेरे को ऐसी मिली थी ये बुक. यही किया था मैंने. और इसमें चल नहीं रहा. इंस्टॉल uBlock Origin एज एन एक्सटेंशन. उससे क्या होगा? What will happen? यार they call me zero जो भी नाम है, whatever name you have. I will give this book na, because a lot of people are asking me. I forgot most of the time. Let me do one thing. I will post that on the stream. So when you join the server na, Discord server, do one thing. Go on the resources. ठीक है? There you will be getting the book. I will be posting that today only. Uh, although there is a white version of that book, okay, I have inverted the PDF using the another tool, but you can just invert it yourself. Mm, resources, upload a file. Where it is? Work. Hmm, अरे यार किधर है? C programming book. Okay, I have got it. Okay, I have uploaded it in the resources of my Vyadh server. Okay, on the Discord server. You can download it from there. You can use a invert PDF tool if you want to read it online ना. I suggest you to use अरे क्या प्रॉब्लम है, अच्छा है ना, एड्स और रीडायरेक्ट्स आए हैं, मज़ा आता है, कुछ कई बार कुछ चीज़ें मिल जाती हैं बढ़िया. Where were we? We were on the last topic. Okay. आज स्ट्रीम मैंने सोचा नहीं था इतनी बड़ी होगी. ओके. ये पेज नंबर से नो प्रॉब्लम. 413, 225, 267 इसी में ही है. बट इस केस में डोंट वरी, आई नो अ वे टू डाउनलोड द पीडीएफ, ऑल्दो आई जस्ट वांट टू नो वेयर यू डाउनलोडेड इट. मैंने यही यूज़ किया था मेथड. आई हैव यूज्ड दैट गूगल डॉकिंग थिंग. उस टाइम मिल गया था, अब नहीं मिल पाया, पता नहीं, आई डोंट नो द रीज़न. बट आई हैव यूज दिस मेथड, और मोस्टली गूगल डॉकिंग ही यूज़ करता हूँ मैं बुक डाउनलोड करने के लिए. और यूजुअली एक से दो, मतलब 1 to 2, स्किपिंग 1 to 2 लिंक्स ऊपर के एडवर्टाइजमेंट मिल जाती है, बहुत इजीली मिल जाती है. आई डोंट नो इसमें क्यों नहीं काम कर रहा है ये, पर मैंने डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर पे दे दी ऑलरेडी. You can join that, and in the resources tag you can download it from here. There. Where were we were making a program na, pointers to functions. We were making a program. This. So we are calculating the number of strings. So we are taking another constant char, that is again a string count. Let's take count is equals to string. Don't worry. Hello, bro. Camigos ghosted. Hello, hello, brother. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we are reading this now. The actual type of signed integer that is produced by subtracting two pointers, for example, int long, is ptr okay, underscore t, which is defined in the standard header file like this stddef okay. Okay, the way of seeing that, no problem, but there's a way, or no, we can just directly do that like we have done previously na, using while. We can do like this only. While count, where is asterisk count, we will design a block and we will be increasing the count like plus plus count. Mm, Now we are what we will be doing, we need to calculate the difference now. So outside this while block, mm, return count minus string. It should work. Now close the program. It's not working that way. The block is all good. Okay, now we'll be writing the main program. Int main void Okay, now we'll be doing that. We had did the minus thing. Okay, so we have used a concept that when we subtract two pointers, now we got the elements in between. So we'll be using that concept in order to calculate the length of the string. So they have written the concept of, minus doing the subtraction of the pointer. Now we'll be passing the strings here. Okay, so int. Okay, there it is already done. So let's just do one thing. Printf uh, percent I, percent I str l. We need to pass argument here. Single argument is needed. String can be said. Single string is needed. So hi, I am Vyadh. Again printf. Okay, let me do one thing because they are using same thing na by one again and again. So let's do shift V, shift V, shift V. Okay, now we'll be keeping this string blank. One string will be not blank, it will be like space. So the answer should be one here. And let's take another string here. I am a friendly hacker. Okay. Oh, return 0 not readed. Control S, Control Q, GCC, operation.c, writing the output, operation.c. Okay. Oh, one mistake I have done. Uh, it is like 130122, but let's do one thing. So it will be leave us place here. Control S, Q, GCC operations. Okay. So the length of this first string was 13, and you have seen one thing that if we leave a space now, it will also be counted. Okay. So that is why if you see the program Control SQ, the answer is 1. Okay, so it's working fine. If you don't leave any space, it will be 0 because nothing is written. Okay, so next, do we have more programs or just theoretical part? Okay, everything is finished. So we have just left with the theoretical part. Okay, so pointers and memory address. Any doubt till now? 196 subscribers, nice. Can we complete 200 till the end of the stream? Before starting the stream, my subscribers was 169 or 170 something. I gained 30 subscribers, nice. So if I continuously teaching C forever, my channel will grow, I guess, because whenever I shift to cybersecurity, na core cybersecurity, audience go away, no reach to my channel. Now when it's good. Okay, let's complete these two things only, two topics left. Then for tomorrow, I have already told we will be doing Shodan. Let me just give a short trailer of Shodan. So this is a web browser, you can say. And from how much time you are in cybersecurity? 5 years. Okay. So I will be, although I will be explaining it again in the next class. So I'm just telling how it is working. So how normal search engines or Google, how it work. So assume that someone buys a domain, like domain उसने buy किया. So what we do, we deploy our website and make it live. So what happened? The Google search engine or the search engine have different kind of, you can say, crawlers. So they crawl into your website, they scan all the contents, okay, and index your website. So if your website is not indexed na, so it will be not publicly accessible to normal audience that is accessing the search engine. So when you find a particular keyword, your website is already scanned, so the most appropriate website will be indexed to number one. Okay, so this is how Google search engine work. But in case of Shodan, how it will be working. So it will scan all the IPs and the main ports which you will be searching, all the vulnerabilities it will be telling. Then it will respond. It is using a specific technique called banner grabbing. So what happens? So banner grabbing is a technique used to gain information about a computer system on a network and the service running on its port. So what happens when you search about a particular thing, na? So it give a complete scan of that website, not just a plain text, but the open ports, the IP address it is assigned to, the domain name services, any subdomains it is using, and all the things. So let's take example. I will be using webcams. So when I search this, so all over the world I get 64 total results, out of which 19 are from. So at previous time, in the past times, like 3 years or 5 years before, the total results was like 1 lakh plus, because that time that the security was not that much advanced. So you can see the top operating system that they are using are Windows Server 210 2012, Unix Ubuntu, and all. Top products, or you can say the hostages they have used is Apache and all. I will be discussing that later, but this is a short introduction of Shodan, how we'll be doing that. So like similar to Google docking, we'll be using Shodar docking. So although this is an advanced search engine, na, so we will be also using from ourselves, we are also using some advanced search filters, so we get exact thing that we want. Okay, so this is very much useful, you can say, web browser in order to find anything online that is openly available, or that is, you can say, OSINT. So pointers and memory address. Before you ending this discussion of pointers in C, you should note that details of how they are actually implemented. A computer's memory can be conceptualized as sequential collection of storage cells. Each cell of computer's memory has a number called an address. I have already told, associated with it. Each cell of computers. Okay. So typically the first address of the computer memory is numbered 0. On most system, I have done one thing na. So I have written this 1001 and all. Why it is not loading? Mm, So this thing that I have written na 1001 1002. This is known as address. Okay. I've already discussed this. So on the most computer system, a cell is called a byte. Okay, the computer uses memory for storing the instructions of a computer program, and also for storing the values of the variables that are associated with the program. So what in assembly language we do, we just work on these addresses. Okay, okay. So we work on registers and cache memory and all. So we call by them, we call this addresses to allocate something, to allocate something, to perform something. Okay, so that is how much pointers and memory addresses important to us. So if you declare a variable called count to be a type of int, the system assigns locations in memory to hold the value of count while the program is executing. So this location might be at address 500. Well, I'm not much in core security stuff, but I like systems and low level stuff, how they work. That's why I'm not much into pen testing or like these things. No problem, brother, no problem. You can still go to system designing and system administrations. Okay. So you should have a little bit of security. Like if you are designing something, na, it should be secure. Okay. So your work will be much hectic, but it's pretty interesting if you're designing a secure system. It's good. It's good for the organization that you will be going or you will be working. Okay. So luckily, one advantage of high-level programming language such as C is that you don't need to concern yourself with the particular memory address that are assigned to variables. When you are working in assembly, now you have to allocate the memory. Like in C, we have do this na count, and we have defined that this is a data type of int. So 500 address is allocated to it automatically, but in assembly we have to allocate the address physically. So they are automatically handled by the system. So however, the knowledge that a unique memory address is associated with each variable will help you to understand the way pointer operates. So when you apply the address operator to a variable in C, the value that is generated is the actual address of that variable inside the computer's memory. Obviously that this is where the address operators gets its name. So the statement int ptr and count, it is nothing but it is just assigning the address of that value. So assign int ptr the address in the computer's memory that has been assigned to the variable count. So there is a two step, like int ptr is like firstly go to the memory, then at that memory this value of the count is, or the variable count is stored. So if count is located at the address 500 and contains the value 10. So this statement assigns the value 500 to the PTR as depicted in figure 11 point this. So this has no address, pointers had no address. This variable has an address of 500, and at that address this value is stored, like 10 is stored. So what we are doing, mm, we want to assign the address to int ptr now. So you will write this statement in order to like int ptr assigned to the value 500, and when you call this, it will be going to the address 500, and at that address 500 count variable is defined, and at that count variable this 10 value is stored. So that is how all this works. This small statement, it has a much significance. So the address of int pointer is shown. Okay, applying the indirectional operator to a pointer variable as, so when you apply this indirectional operator na, so it accesses the value. So I think it is written here that has the effect of treating the value contained in it. So when you write like this, like star or asterisk int ptr is equals to 30. So what it will be doing, it will be changing this 10 to 30 because int ptr is nothing but the address, and by this you are pointing towards the value of that particular address. Okay. I think they have discussed this also. Okay, yes. Storing a value in the location reference by pointer as in this proceeds in like manner. The content of int ptr is fetched and treated as a memory address, and the integer value is set to 20. Yes, I've already told. Hmm, anything important? I think it's completed. So as you can see from this chapter, the pointer is very powerful construct in C. The flexibility in defining the pointer variable extends beyond those illustrated in this chapter. For example, you can define a pointer to a pointer, even a pointer to a pointer to a pointer. These type of constructs are beyond the scope of this book, although they are simply logical extensions of everything we have learned about pointer in this chapter and blah blah blah. So uh, from my side, the chapter is completed. You can practice this exercise on your own, no problem. If you don't practice, no problem, because we don't want to develop something or all and all na. We want to exploit. So if you want, you can practice. Okay, we will not cover that on the stream. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow is the session for information gathering. We will be doing showdown web browser. We will be reviewing some of the docs of Google for exploiting, for accessing the exploitable things. We cannot simply exploit the things directly na. We first need to find the things that can be exploited. So we'll be using Google Docking and Showdown Docking both in the second lecture of the information gathering, that is tomorrow at 8 p.m. I guess. Tomorrow is Sunday na. Aaj Sunday. So tomorrow is Monday. Okay, tomorrow is 10. So Monday 10 we will be doing. Oh, what's the time here? Okay, it's 12. So okay, so today we will be having the stream at 8 p.m. The day shifted. To today is Sunday. Okay. Array, I'm still confused. What is? I'm confused with the date. 9 November 2025. Okay, 12 बजे ना, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. So we will be having the stream today, officially today at 8 p.m. of that showdown web browser. We will be accessing some open webcams. Uh, I will be showing how to. I can still show you like this is an open webcam here. Here also, many webcams are there. Bro, C is high level pro language. That's why I was this. C is considered high level language. Low level language is assembly or system language, you can say. C is high level language. And the Python and all, Golang, these are Gen Z language. I hope you got the joke. So we'll not be doing any Gen Z language. We will be playing with low level and high level language. What is Python here? Python, everything is defined in a library, and the library all are made in C. You can make your custom library and store it. Okay, we'll be doing that also. There is a lot to do. So uh, let's end today's stream. Uh, nice. Bye bye. Good night or good morning. It's 12. So hola amigos, gallo caliente. Uh, hola amigo. Which language it is? It's not French. Uh, Spanish. Should we end the stream now? Was a Python program first. No problem. I'm not disrespecting any Python program or any programming language. Everyone has own comfort area. Yeah. It's not necessary that you should be Spanish. Yes, I have guessed it right. I know other than this computer languages, I know foreign languages like German, Overmouth, and German, Russian, a little bit French, a little bit. Interesting to learn these languages also. Someday we'll be having a stream in German also. Let's try. So let's end the stream. Any doubts till now uh, regarding the content that we have studied outside this, anything outside world, regarding any new technology outside cybersecurity or in cybersecurity, anything, any doubt, whether it is related to stream or not. Should we end the stream now? How much time we have taken today? 2 hour 30 minutes, I guess. 2 hour 51, 3 hours of stream. Nice. So in the information gathering part, uh, let's see now where we left. Where is the presentation? Desktop worksheet. Where it is? It's not visible here. It's not on the desktop. Bash book folder, notes, work. Where is the presentation here? Downloads for gathering. Okay, I think it's this PDF is visible to you. This was we have completed it in the last class, and this is the you can say the syllabus of not syllabus or the content of information gathering. We have done this footprinting through search engines. We have done this footprinting using Google. Okay. Tomorrow we will be OSINT will be covered at last. OSINT, uh, it need another separate series. OSINT need a separate series because it's not that much needed in penetration testing, but it is a separate field of cybersecurity. So we'll be having that later. Can you put your streaming schedule with topics in community page or something? I have already put that. I've already done that. Uh, Let me just see my YouTube channel where it is. Posts. Uh, yes. Let me show you my screen. There is the schedule. So info gathering part 2 will be at 9 November. Today is 9 November, na? So today at 8:30 p.m. we will be having that stream. Then 8 November, this is completed. Today we have completed the stream. Then part 11 and 12 will be covered on 11 November and 14 November. And after that, 15 November, 16 November, that is Saturday, Sunday. Part 3 and part 4 on information gathering will be there. Then after we will see that information gathering will be covered like, let's see now. I have the presentation with me. So we have completed this. Okay, we have completed this. And in tomorrow's stream, we'll be going with email footprinting, website footprinting, Showdown web browser, and Google web browser. So till here it is completed, the 5 topics. Okay. Then we will be left with DNS footprinting, then bot web, IP, angry IP, and all footprinting with social engineering, competitive intelligence. This 5 topics. So 4 parts are enough for this. So till 16 November, how many streams for C programming? Part 10 is today. Part 2 of C programming is today. No, part 10, then 11, 12. Okay, let me see that also. C programming. Although it need to be completed before, but my system got corrupted now, you all know. So that is why it is that much delayed. Pointers we have done. bitwise operator, and preprocessors. So this is an important unit. So I think in the two parts, this will be covered more on data types, and this, I think five part will be taken more after this uh, part 12. I think 20 parts, eight more parts of C programming will be there, roughly eight more parts. But information gathering will be completed on 16 November. After that, because we are going in penetration testing, na, so after 16 of November, we will be going with the enumeration thing. Then SN BIOS, SFTP, SMT, HTTP, and all, and telnet port and all, how to exploit them. Then we'll be going with Nmap, port scanner. We'll make our own port scanner in C, in Python, and in bash scripting both. And I will promise that I will be making that live. Okay. Port scanner. Then we'll be going with Nmap, Angry IP scanner, Netcat, and all. Uh, this will take enumeration and scanning. It will take around 20 streams, I guess. Okay, Nmap itself will take 2 to 3 streams. uh, telnet enumeration will take 5. 15 streams will be enough. 15 streams of 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so let's end today's stream. Bye bye. Good night everyone, have a good sleep. Okay, so any problem, any doubt, anything you want to add on your own, because OSINT will be covered at last. After completing this enumeration and scanning part, now we'll be having OSINT. Or we can do one thing, we can run OSINT parallelly, because it is a, I will give you some resources and links, because you just have the knowledge of tools, or I need only one class that I will cover all the tools that is necessary for OSINT. So let's end today's stream. Bye bye. On that note, good night, have a good sleep. We will meet tomorrow, and tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. with the second part of information gathering. Topic will be Shodan, Google browser, website footprinting, and network footprinting. We will be going with traceroute also tomorrow. So tomorrow the stream will be around 3 to 4 hours, I guess. Okay. So bye bye. I am stopping the